The entire palace was abuzz with anxiety after the incident with the poisoned tea. Servants were questioned, guards were replaced, but no one had answers, except Mao Mao. But she needed help. A low-ranking bureaucrat with eyes too sharp and a smile too lazy, someone who saw everything and said nothing. Unless he paid his price. She made her way to the inner court's archives, not to read, but to meet the fox. That was what they called him. "You want records on the tea suppliers?" he said, fingers drumming lazily on the table. "Little mouse," he murmured, "you're dancing on a tiger's whiskers. To die by his own hand," they said. The ink on the death record was still fresh. The first advisor took it, bowed, and left. Half an hour later, he returned crestfallen. When Lord Asano entered, he fell to his knees. "Brother, you must help me," he cried, his voice shaking. "Shiki, she confessed everything to me. The assassination, the poems, it was all her doing. You have brought this upon yourself." But as he turned to leave, he saw a figure standing in the shadows. Could it be that even in this hour of need, there are those who would only look out for themselves? It was the fox, and he was watching Asano with amusement. Looking for this? Asano asked, holding out Shiki's abandoned cloak. "Seems like you know more than you're letting on," the fox said, taking the cloak. "Who are you working for?" Asano demanded. "For whoever can appreciate the value of a clever fox," the fox replied, disappearing into the night. "She acted alone, I swear." Asano looked at his brother, then at the kneeling woman. Shiki was crying, but there was something in her eyes, something cold and hard. "My lord, I'm afraid I have bad news." "Why? Because this pathetic excuse for an emperor needs to be replaced. Someone with stronger blood, someone like me." She spat on the ground. "You may have won this battle, brother," she hissed, "but the war is far from over." "Get up, sister," Asano said, his voice dangerously low. "We will deal with this later." He turned to the emperor. "Your Majesty, please forgive her. She is but a child." The emperor stared at them, his face unreadable. Finally, he spoke. "Very well, Asano, you have proven yourself loyal yet again. As for you," he said, turning to Shiki, "your punishment will be banishment from the kingdom. You will live, but you will never be welcome here again." She looked at him, incredulous. "What?" No, I didn't mean." "Please, your Majesty, I beg of you." But the emperor had already turned away. "See that she is escorted out of the palace," he said coldly. "Yes, your Majesty." Asano helped his sister to her feet and led her out of the throne room. "The handwriting is that of Lady Shiki, your sister." Asano froze. It couldn't be. Shiki was his younger sister, a sweet, demure girl who wouldn't hurt a fly, or so he thought. Too fresh. The second name was worse. A palace eunuch. His job was to heat the water for tea. He oversaw the delivery of seals, and he had vanished the night before. As Mama left the archives, her mind raced. "This isn't just one assassin," she whispered. "It's a network, and someone high up is protecting them." "And the seal deliveries," Mama replied. "From 2 days before the poisoning." "Dangerous taste, little mouse," the fox said, chuckling. "You flatter me," she said, sliding a sealed envelope across the table. "Consider this an appetizer." He opened it, paused, then chuckled. "You really do know how to sweeten a deal. Then get to work. Find out which seals were delivered to the imperial kitchen and who signed for them." "You got it," the fox said, winking. Mama laid out her plan. An hour later, Mama was buried in ledgers. 2 names stood out. One was a tea merchant. In the shadows, the fox watched her go. The emperor was acting strangely, receiving no visitors, spending his days in pointless meetings and his nights in bouts of debauchery. Rumors spread like wildfire. Was the assassination attempt an inside job? Was the emperor losing his mind? What was the meaning of these cryptic poems left behind by the would-be assassin? Lord Asano wanted answers. Meanwhile, across the palace, Lord Asano was fuming. He summoned his 2 most trusted men. "Find out who wrote this poem," he ordered, handing over a scroll. In the throne room, the emperor paced restlessly, waiting for his visitor. The emperor sighed. "Why? Why did you do this?" Shiki asked. She looked up, her eyes blazing. As they walked, Shiki looked back at the emperor, her eyes filled with hatred. That night, under the cover of darkness, Shiki slipped out of the palace. Lord Asano watched her go, his heart heavy. "Poor child," he whispered. Left alone in the darkness, Asano felt a chill run down his spine. Who was the fox working for? And what did he mean by clever fox?